Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday Focus of the Week for February 27th through March 5th of 2026. And I am Leslie Romine, and this is Arlene Arnold joining me today, the founder of Transformational Tools and creator of Complementary Color Therapy. And we are so glad to see people coming in. Hello, John and Jeannie and Bill. Hi, everybody. Oh, okay. Um, so we're going to start by looking at the theme for February. Here we are at near the end of February, and so we're sort of in that transition between February and March. And the theme was hang on, transformation can be messy. I'll say for sure that's been what's going on for a lot of us. And it's been good to know that we can be in the mess and still persevere and be right there with the transformation. And I'm just betting that a lot of us have had that this week up until now, have a lot of interesting changes going on. Um, so our luminary for February was Mosaic, this beautiful one that she's put up right now. And the message coming through was claim your special beauty even as you allow others to do the same. What gifts or talents can you offer to share in this time of transformation? And that's a good question. How does our energy serve and what we can put out in the world? How does that serve the overall transformation and evolvement of ourselves and this world? So, we talked a lot about creativity and how we can use that in a way that expresses from our heart, from our being, who we are. Many of you are artists and or dancers or writers, or you just have lots of special things that you can offer. And one I haven't tried for a while is writing, and I did sign up to do an article for a group, and I'm a little shaky right now because I have till July. So I have a husband that's really, really good at that. So I'm going to be picking his brain about it. But anyway, sometimes it's okay to venture out into something new as well, is my point. So that's Mosaic.
And what I like about Mosaic is it reminds us that there are so many differences in the world, and yet we are all woven together. And I feel like one of the most important things that we can do right now is to be in our true selves and stand in who we are and just emanate the light of where we're transforming into and become that steadiness that we need right now in the midst of a lot of changes.
Yes. Yes. Well, the card for is red, and it's lesson in red. And what came up today from the book is pushiness. Unbalanced red only sees the goal or need to finish the project. There's no room for excuses or lateness. This creates resentment. The answer is to pace yourself. Make sure you are balanced in all areas. Trust the timing will be perfect and take pleasure in each step along the way. I think of times when that anxiousness comes in about, oh, I just got to get it done. And, even this morning. And I'm just saying to myself, well, I just trust that I have another way to work with this item, and it's going to work out one way or another. And lately, we in our Wardle meetings, we've been talking about. Um, I wonder, or I am curious about how Spirit is going to resolve this for me, or in some way of that. Maybe you could speak more to that, Arlene.
Yeah, the idea of being curious is a really important one at this time because part of what's happening is that there are so many things that are coming up now. And it's kind of like if you get in the midst of the, oh my gosh, that's not going to be helpful. But if you can stay in the curious part and go, oh, I wonder why this is coming up now. What does this mean to us? How are we to be in the midst of this? I find that that really takes a lot of the angst out of it, which is the red, and it means that we open ourselves to understand from within a little bit about what's happening around us and what's happening in ourselves. And that allows us not to push. And that has been something that was a real big message for me was to stop pushing, especially pushing myself. But when you're in that energy, that is how other people feel is you're pushing them. So we really have to do that. Take a deep breath, take ourselves into curiosity, and then just let's see where we're taken to from there.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's pretty much the February. And now we're going to have Arlene speak to us a little bit about what's coming up in March.
Well, March is going to be a very interesting time. Many of you are already aware that around March 3rd, the timing depends on where you are on the earth, but we have a lunar eclipse and it's a very important one. And one of the things that I want to do for you is to give you a link, and this is, I'm going to put it in the chat. Uh, all right, let me get back to where I am with you. And this, you want to copy this because this is where you can go and watch the eclipse in real time. And it doesn't matter where you live, you will get a really good view of it. And this is called a blood moon. So it's really amazing. So you can sit and watch this at the same time you are feeling what is this full moon about for you. And then this whole idea of unraveling, I'm sure you've been hearing a lot of this, uh, many people speaking about it. But it's like we're going to be going through a time where the other things that have been around us, like powerful people, but I mean unaligned powerful people, because being powerful doesn't have to be a bad thing if it's coming up through who you truly are. But unaligned, powerful people, organizations, ways of doing things will no longer work. And basically, it's going to unravel all of these things that have been happening that are not in alignment. And means um, that means that you and I and everyone who's conscious, we need to stand in that energy of it's going to be okay. We trust that this is a process that we're going through, that maybe the whole universe is going through. But this on earth is a huge process. And there are so many people that can hold that energy of trust and let's see what happens next and curiosity that will help so that there isn't all of this red energy swirling around and being, pushed off of your own center. Um, this is going to be something that hasn't really been seen on Earth before. I mean, there have been many things that have happened, but this is like a complete change. And that's why unraveling is part of it, because as these things are show up, they start to unravel. They start to come apart. They no longer have their power over others. Yeah, I mean, you could be under the power of going crazy, saying, "Why is all this happening?" and stuff, or you could be in the power of your own true self and what you know. And that's what we're called to do. That's why we come together in a group like this, so that we can help each other. We can get through this together in a way that will be very positive. So that's all I'm going to say about it now, but it's going to be a very important information. And if you follow us on the newsletter, you will learn more about that. Dodie's going to do an article on it, and it will give you an opportunity to understand more. And just go to our website, transformationaltools.com, and at the very bottom of it, it gives you an opportunity to sign up for the newsletter. I hope that you will do that, because we'll be putting out a lot of information in this upcoming time.
It really helps me to think of change as a positive. And I know that, we have varying degrees of acceptance of change in our lives, and, you know, worry about it or not worry about it, trust it, that kind of thing. Um, but it's an opportunity. We talk about growing in our practice, and finding that in people I've talked to in my own practice, that I have brought in more practices or a couple of different things that seem to help with getting back to that trusting place of really knowing, going inside and saying it's going to be okay, and being curious, and being like, I wonder about this, and trying to shift that energetic pattern that might naturally come up, um, having been in situations earlier in my life where it was sudden change and I didn't know what to do, and where I might have, like, oh, I'm freaking out, kind of thing. Um, and I look back and I think, in every one of those cases, I was okay. In every one of those cases, it turned out to be better than I thought it would be, because I would get into that, oh, worry, and that kind of thing. So sometimes it's okay to go back and look, like, yeah, that was a really intense change, but look where it took me. It took me to a new place of peace, a new place of feeling secure and feeling in my body, in myself. Yay, and just, help affirming that to myself really helps as well.
With Peter and me being in a retirement place, there's so many people that are, they've gotten sick, or they're not very mobile anymore, and that kind of thing. Not so much in the building that we're in, but in the other one. And it's really I've really become I don't get, I don't go into the future and say, well, what if, or when he passes, or something happens to me, or, all those kinds of things. I really have a very deep trust now that the universe is here working with us, and that timing of things. I mean, the meeting up again with Peter was such a good timing for us. And the timing of things will be okay, and we'll be able to know uh, what to do, because it's like, I'm not going to panic. I just know that it's set up and it's going to be right. It takes a long time in life, I think, to get to that place, although some people are amazing because they come up with it at a very early age.
Mm.
But it takes time to become comfortable with, I can handle change, but I don't need to think about it all ahead of time. Yes, you need to plans to have what you need when something happens, but you don't have to worry about, is it today? Is it going to happen in this night? Or, not going to spend my time like that. So I think that that is a really important message for us in this time, because really every time you go into what if, that's your present moment now. The energy that you're in is the present moment. And I just pull it back and say, okay, is it that I want to feel right now? The other thing I had written down was gratitude, because I find that every day finding out what it is that you're grateful for uh, really changes how you look at things. And we can be grateful for the fact that things are going to be leaving that are not very nice in this world. We can be grateful for the people that are standing up and helping to bring about change. And we can just be grateful that we've learned so much in our lives that we're not really as afraid of that we might have been. So just want to remind people that we've come a long ways. You all have done so much work on yourselves, and we're so grateful that you have done that. It's so important.
I love what Sandra says. Yes, Arlene, the divine is driving our buses.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh,
Indeed.
here, I forgot to put this up. This is the link to the where you can watch the eclipse.
And yeah, when we click on the link, it says save as. Is that what we're supposed to do?
It just shows you immediately the picture of a moon. So, and then it'll tell you that when the eclipse is going to be and all that.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the cards for this week. Um, that would be Love Child. I thought interesting when I first pulled that up and really looked at it. It's the numbers are 5 and 10. So there's some kind of um, movement between those. 5 is definitely a moving number, and 10 is like, you've reached a certain particular place in your transformation. So this one is encouraging us to protect our innocence with our discernment that knows what's safe and what's not, that knows what is healthy and what is not, and that knows when others are helpful and when they're not. And it encourages us to take responsibility through our discernment and choices. So our little one feels safe within our nurturing strength. Then explore the world with childlike wonder. And we talk about getting things in order, and it's like, yeah, really know that you have that nurturing strength to say, oh, you know, I connected with this person, but I feel like, I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it. Is that someone that is okay for me to connect with? Or, you know, um, do I see myself working with them? And if it's a no, it's okay. It's fine because, that might just be what you needed to say. Yes, I'm discerning. And your child lets you know. I feel that more and more that the child goes, no, 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 not that one. But yes, on this one, this would be fun. This would be exciting to work with that person. You might add some work to that.
Yeah, I think it's so important to recognize that we have a wise child inside of us. We
Mm,
also can have a child part of us that has been damaged or had a really tough time, and that we can help that child. But we would need to tap into that wise child inside of us. And one of the things that I do sometimes is, if I know that somebody's having a really tough time, I just visualize this love child and see them being surrounded with that energy of love child. Or I do that for myself if I feel like I'm really gone into a place that's not me, and I just surround myself with that. Visualization is so important because
Mm.
what you see through inner eyes is really what's true for you at that moment. So we have to choose the things that will really settle us into a place of loving calmness and loving wisdom and that kind of thing.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing that, about um, just surrounding ourselves with that uh, beautiful image and a beautiful energy, and talking to our kid, and really connecting with that part of ourselves, and loving ourselves, and you can send this to others too, that beautiful energy, which you know lots of people need that right now. you know all right, our color card for this week is strength in turquoise. Strength in turquoise. Wow, look at that. That's amazing color.
I feel like that really is the strength. There's something about the frequency of turquoise that is very very high frequency now.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I have felt that too. For me, it's more light coming in through it. For somehow, I mean that's why this picture really represents it to me, because it's like it's lit up somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, the message from turquoise is what you sense and feel through your heart, you allow in your life. You trust what comes from the soul center of your heart. This is your connection to source and the earth. From here, you integrate your life. What your life is about fuels your thoughts, actions, and responses. What you value engages your time and energy. All works together for the fulfillment and the joy of living. What I stuck out to me was that you integrate this into your life. And this, of course, is where the thymus is. And this is really, I know I've shared some tapping on that, but that can awaken this beautiful turquoise self into your physical body, and remind you that this is um, really tapping into your connection to source and earth, both, where you're integrating it all, both realms. So I really appreciate that.
I think the turquoise is one of the most amazing colors, and it has a lot to do with us saying yes to where we're going and where we're evolving to, instead of pushing back, just trusting and moving into that. So I really feel that we can sit with turquoise and just really feel that around us too.
Hmm. I do too. Thank you for your input. Yes to life.
Yes.
Okay, it's time for announcements now.
Yeah, the just two things that I wanted to say. These oracle cards, both the color cards and the luminaries, can be such a good companion with you during the times. It helps us remember. And you may have some others that you want to put them together with other ones, which I do sometimes. But if you don't have them, you can go to transformationaltools.com, and in the menu, just find Oracle decks, and it'll take you to where how you can buy them, and you can buy them together as a special price. So just go ahead and take a look at that. I know uh, that some of you have not are not in the United States, and somehow I Square is fairly new to us, and I have it set up so that it looks like you can't have it if you're not here. It's in the United States; it's free shipping, so that's I'll try to figure out how to do that so that in other places like Canada, that you can still order it. And it's not free shipping, but you can still order it from there. So I still haven't had a chance to get back to that and get that changed. The other thing that I want to talk about is our community called the Vortal. You know, the name of that came from putting the word vortex and portal together. And that really, I think it really tells a lot about the community. Well, you feel the community here, that kind of energy here. That's what
Mhm.
the Vortal is about. And it's really a bringing together into a place uh, where we are together. But even when we're not together, this energy is like a vortex that sits there and is the community. And then the portal, what I found for me recently was a portal has taken me into the fifth dimension and allowed me to sense and feel what that is. So, portal can take us many places. And as you think of it as a community, when you bring that beautiful energy together, it's like a portal into transformation, or it's a portal into, oh, I'm really known here. I'm really, loved here. And that is so important to us, especially when there may be others around you that are just freaking out. And that's not what you want to do, but you need to be in community with people who are really holding that space of love and uh, working to be their true self here inside and in the world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a comfort and a place of growth, both, which is wonderful because we want to keep sharing that and receiving that. It goes both ways. So
I meant to say too, you just go to transformationaltools.com/Vortal, Vortal. It'll tell you all about it, and right there you can sign up if you want to.
yeah. Um, I noticed, excuse me, I noticed that Sandra was sending you a message, Arlene, about helping with shipping costs. So I don't know. Is Sandra from Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my understanding. So I'm gonna try to fix that so that she can
yeah,
get the oracle cards.
yeah. All right. Well, we are ready for our readings. Yay. John is first today.
All right, John, let's see what luminary comes up for you. Well, this is a good one. There we go. This is the one that's called presence, and presence has a lot to do with feeling the divine around you and feeling your own divine self, and really feeling that you are not alone. You are really being supported. So, John, remember that.
And the card is your strength in turquoise.
Oh, yay! Wow, that is
So that's a
wonderful.
double for this week.
Yeah.
And strength in turquoise said self responsible, full of integrity, and purposeful. And I'm getting, where Arlene talked about saying yes to life, saying yes to what you have to offer. That's what I'm getting really strongly for you. It's like, um, things are changing, things are moving for you. And it's like this uh, beautiful card that you just got. I mean, look at the crystalline colors and in the
There's
middle,
also turquoise in that card.
turquoise is all through here. So it's saying yes to this infusion of beautiful divine energy. And what a great thing to arise for you this week. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
All
Okay.
right. Jeannie is next.
Okay. Is that
Or
which gene? It's
Genie
what?
C. I think it's Genie C. Yeah. I got to go back and look now. I'm sure. Genie, no, Genie S.
Yeah.
Genie
Okay.
S.
I've been thinking about you, Jeannie.
Yeah, good thing we checked.
Wow, this is a really fun one. This Jeannie, imagine that you're standing in the center of this, and it's spheres of intention. And think about the intention that you have for your life. Think about the intention that just comes bubbling up inside of you, and it moves out. And there may be others that feel that intention and they start talking to you or coming around and saying, "What do you think about this?" Or something where you begin to feel like there's others you can talk to about something. And I just feel you standing in the center of that, feeling so surrounded by good energy and people that are very supportive. I just feel that that is happening now, but maybe it isn't as clear to you yet as it will be later.
All right. The card that went with that is a lesson in green, to heal and grow. Lesson in green. And green is that color of the heart chakra. And I'm suddenly very fuzzy. I'll let you take that one.
Yeah,
um,
well, go ahead.
yeah, and healing and growing might have to do with, um, that beautiful connection that you are finding through spheres of intention. Um, if
Do
there's
you do you feel that too? Like feel her in the center there and just around surrounded by really good energy.
Mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. It's just letting that in and letting it, seeing it amidst the people that are um, going to be connecting with you even more. Maybe I have a feeling that you've connected with one or two already, but that that green energy will really help you to grow into feeling more comfortable with that.
And it's part of the healing, I think.
Hmm.
We all need to feel like we're not alone in this universe. And so I think that will be very helpful.
Yes. All right. Will is next.
Seems like he's gotten this one before.
Yeah, I'm
This
sure.
one's called Crystalline. You know what I'm picking up on this one in particular is the magenta. Um, I really feel for you, Will, that the magenta, it wants to become more and more part of your life. And with, along with the crystalline, I don't know if there's a crystal that's magenta, but, uh, um, and there's also a very beautiful light turquoise in there too. And I'm really drawn to the outer uh, crystalline, out here in the outer part of it, these crystalline pictures that are there. Uh, it's every part of this is important for you, Will. I hope that you'll sit. There's also pink in there. And I hope that you'll sit in the center of this one and allow it to speak to you, especially magenta. Magenta is such a wonderful color. It has that feeling of compassion and compassion for yourself, but also just a compassion for the world or the compassion for people that you sense are having a hard time, that it just bubbles up through you, but it bubbles up through you with the crystalline energy.
Mhm.
Do you get anything else on that one?
Um, I think it feels like the crystalline energy, like the ones outside, are the ones that you mentioned, and those are the ones that I'm really drawn to. Is these connections that are happening through that crystal grid, and that that they are manifesting, beginning to manifest in him. And this is interesting because he got strength in brown,
Oh, that's a good, good,
which
good one with that.
is a great balance for
Yes.
it. Nurturing, safe, and earth connected. So yeah, when we can, spending time outdoors, um, getting that earth energy coming up, somehow that it those two really complement one another. Is what I'm
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, they do.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
those ones that are around the in the this around the outside here,
Mhm.
it's almost like they're stars at night.
Yeah. I also noticed that the complementary light blue and brown is all through the outside
Yeah.
too. That I mean, there's lots and inside the circle too. That light blue. So earth and sky and this beautiful magical kind of feeling about the crystals.
I just am so excited that there's that strength in brown with that. I
Hmm.
just think that grounding is so important when we're
Hmm.
working with these frequencies like crystalline.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful high crystalline energy. Wow.
Yeah.
Gems are often found in brown soil. That's true.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I hadn't thought about
Mhm.
that. Ah.
Mhm. All right, Sandra.
Okay, Sandra. Wow, this is a really interesting one for you, Sandra. This is the emerald doorway where you bring what I'm feeling for you is you're bringing in new parts of yourselves or parts of you that you haven't been as well acquainted with. And when you go through that emerald doorway, you're going into the center of your soul that's here with you on earth. And just welcome in these parts of yourself that you may not have been fully aware of before, because they are a very important part of your work here. They're a very important part of you understanding some things that you may not have understood before. So they are new companion parts of yourself. They're really going to make a difference.
So the card itself is called integrity. So that's like bringing things back into integrity within yourself. And the numbers are 8 and 64, which are important in their right. And this card that came with this is the strength in white. The strength in white. And just notice where the white is here. That's in that center. It's just like shining out from that middle emerald area. And it says to um, pure, strong, and unconditionally loving.
I also got lime green strength.
Okay. So, what do you see that bringing in for lime
Well,
green?
I think these new parts of yourself are going to be really important to the sense of leadership that you have in you, which we have noticed. And you've been so consistent here with us. It's just been so wonderful, Sandra. And you have that kind of leadership that is the white, and it's also um, very grounded, but in a different way. I don't think of it as brown. It's almost, this is weird. It's almost like you go to the center of the earth where we also have a connection with the universe, and your grounding is in the universe. All right, you'll have to tell me about that. But it just means that your leadership is going way beyond what you may have thought that it was.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we have Marianne. Marianne.
Well, yeah, I saw that Marianne's here. That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. It's fun to have you back.
Well, I love this one. Okay, this is about it has a different name, which I can't think of that.
Illumination.
Elimination. But what I was getting is it's about well, illumination really is saying it, but it's about the inner light that is going out and affecting everything around you. So, but it's going through your body first. It's giving more light, more of a high frequency within your body. It will be good for healing anything that needs healing. And it also is surrounding you, and that you're from your center of your heart, this light goes out, and it also then goes from your whole body out through your energy field, and it is like you're just shining that light. It is just amazing.
Okay, so her card is Strength in Black.
Wow, that's a good one.
Strength in Black.
We got a lot of black around this one too.
Yes, yes. Focused, transforming, and full of potential. You remember, black is really that color that says all possibilities are available. All possibilities, full of potential. And so as your inner light shines into your body and then out to others, you're really connecting with that center point and all the black possibilities that can come from that.
And those are possibilities for what can happen while we're in form. So what I'm getting is the light in the center there is also sharing with you that you have and the white that is the complementary color here on this one is telling you that you have both. You have the possibilities here on earth, and you have big possibilities that are coming up through you that are coming from the universal energy. Boy, I think I could just, this is just about the transformation that we're going through.
Yes, yes. I mean, all of us have had readings of, all of you have had readings of, moving into this new space, of transformation and realization.
I think that is really how we are being prepared for this time when things are breaking down, and we're going, well, that may be part of the process, because then we start from a different place as we take a look at what we want in this world and how we're going to create what is next.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Sandra said it. She said, it's demonstrating everyone's development. I think that is so true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Well, that is the sum of everybody here. So
yeah. Well, it's been really a fun time here today, and we hope that you will invite your friends to come too. We'd love to just have as many as can come so that we can really spread the light, because you all have so much to offer here. Even though what we are doing is trying to offer something to you, you really do offer it to each other as well. So this is a good place to be, to fill up and feel like, oh, good, there's this going on in the world. Thank goodness.
Yes, yes, and that we're in it together.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, Sandra says we're all here to serve the divine. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, yes. Well, thank you all for being here, and we look forward to March being the next focus and um, what will be coming up. Um,
Oh, one other thing is too, I'll be doing the energy focus of March uh,
mhm,
on Sunday. I'll be putting that into YouTube, so please look for that on the Transformational Tools YouTube stream.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, all right. Sorry you haven't been here, but lots of changes for me. Oh, we understand. We understand, Marianne. Yes, we're so glad you did come today.
Yeah, please come back, Marianne. We just love having you here.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Many
bye
blessings.
everybody.
Next